Hey, how's it going everyone? I've been thinking about this one for a while now. I mean, when most games come out, they stay relevant for like what, a few months, a year tops, and then they fade away and lose their hype. This leads to the question, why is Skyrim still a thing 10 years after coming out? You don't know? Good, I've got the answer for you. Side missions. The game's main storyline is good and all, but it's nothing compared to the huge amount of side missions that you can find everywhere throughout the game. The main quest is probably the weakest of all the big quests in Skyrim. This is actually not a critique of Skyrim, but a massive compliment to the other quests. For instance, you can end the whole civil war if you want to, or become the greatest assassin in history of Skyrim, where the staggering quest quality always leaves you to feel satisfied at the end. The huge amount of side missions never feels old, with missions centering around mythical beings known as Daedric princes, which all have varying and unique personalities. As a result, each quest to receive overpowered equipment feels special. There are many side missions based around NPCs all over the map, who all tell their story, ever expanding the myths of Skyrim. Now, to be fairly honest, other miscellaneous quests are not quite as fascinating, as they mostly consist of fetching items, but some missions have the potential to lead to bigger ones. There is also a huge number of dungeons, all containing small twists that keep them interesting. However, the rewards for exploring the dungeons, loot, new shouts and potions always feel rewarding enough to make them enjoyable. Thus, exploration is always rewarded, and players who like world building will love the breadcrumbs spread thoroughly in many dungeons, which expand on the secrets of Skyrim and Tamriel. Dialogue. I bet you already heard the famous,
"I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee."
The dialogue, even 10 years after, remains excellent and befitting of Skyrim's Game of the Year status. With all lines being voice acted, it gives the world more immersion that is most important in a game where you want to feel like you're the one in control. Now, I do have to contradict myself by mentioning that some lines are repeated across NPCs and feel a bit clunky. But what do you expect from a game that is 10 years old? Combat and skill leveling. One of the most important additions in Skyrim was the simplification of the skill system and progression, making the series more accessible. Skills can be leveled up by using associated items. For example, smithing something to raise the smithing skill, using a one-handed sword to raise one-handedness, using certain magic types to raise skill, and so forth. This system is highly addictive, simple, and rewarding. The combat is not the main part of the game, but the variety of options to take never feel like an afterthought. From magic, stealth, hack and slash, there are three very distinct styles to experience, not to mention the ability to use legendary skills, allowing you to combine all three. If you ask anyone about the most fun thing to do in Skyrim, throwing enemies off a cliff with unrelenting force would probably be a common answer. As you can tell, combat is always engaging and never an afterthought. And last but not least, mods. The game has nearly 70,000 mod submissions on Nexus Mods and 28,000 others in the Steam Workshop, and man, you can do anything with them, from changing some graphics to changing the whole story. In conclusion, Skyrim remains a masterpiece due to its countless interesting quests, engaging combat and stunning world building. Skyrim really is a giant in the gaming industry. Everything was put into the game for a reason, and it has received critical acclaim worldwide, and still continues to do so. This is one of those games that will stand the test of time. Okay, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, get subscribed for more, leave me a comment if you have any ideas on mind, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy.